It is now time for episode 2 of the Worldwide Goji podcast. I'm your host, Eddie the K. And today we got some really big news about Godzilla Singular Point. We're going to talk about the future of Legendary's MonsterVerse. And a special welcome to a brand new worldwide WWGK member. So, let's go ahead and start off with Godzilla Singular Point. That's been tearing up Twitter. And it is something that I have been waiting to see in English since I first learned about it. Now, Godzilla's Singular Point is basically they're going at Godzilla, and there are different kaiju. Toho's taking it in a totally different direction now, with redesigns of the kaiju in question. Now I have, the logo at the beginning showed a super deformed version of Godzilla Ultima. And that art is courtesy of Makio, one of my followers on Twitter and a member of the WWGK. Now, he does some really kick-ass art. So if you get a chance to go to his profile on Twitter, that's Makio0001. And that is where you will see all of the stuff that he does. And it is amazing. I've been using a lot of his artwork on this podcast. But anyway, getting back to Singular Point. Singular Point is going to be released in America on Netflix in June of this year. So we will finally be able to find out what all of the hoo-ha is about, right? So the things that we know. What do we know? We know that a lot of classic Showa-era kaiju are going to be making reappearances. Hedorah looks a lot cleaner than normal. Hedorah cleans up quite well. Nice blue, watery look to it and golden eyes. Anguirus, yeah, they really brought the tank out in that sucker. He looks amazing. Now, Radon, there's more than one. As a matter of fact, in the trailers, if you pay attention, all of those birds flying over the city, those are Radon. So, yeah, the humans in this are building Jet Jaguar, and I know, some people pronounce it Jet Jaguar, some people pronounce it Jet Jaguar. I pronounce it like it is pronounced in Japanese, Jet Jaga. So, Jeto Jaga is going to be punching his way through these kaiju with the help of a bunch of different human characters. Now, I don't know much about the story right now, and that's because I've been keeping myself away from it. I like surprises, as I'm sure a lot of you do. So I've been trying to keep away from as many spoilers as I can, except for maybe possibly the kaiju designs themselves. Now, what does this mean for Legendary? Well, this is getting to the second topic. Legendary, as a lot of us know by now, the rights to Godzilla left Legendary's hands last year. And they have reverted back to Toho. Now, this is not necessarily a bad thing, as they can still use Kong, although the rights to Kong are held by multiple sources. So we have no idea about, right now, where they're going with Kong and how they're going to develop the original monsters in the MonsterVerse without Godzilla or Kong's star appeal to back them up. Now, one thing that I thought that they might do, they might try to introduce a few of the minor kaiju that Toho doesn't have any immediate plans for. into the hollow earth. So, in this case, we would see possibly Varan, possibly Baragon or Gorosaurus somewhere in the hollow earth. Now, I've already seen Baragon. Yeah, pardon me, pollen's really bad. But anyway, the thing with Baragon, you remember our friend Doug, right? Look at his face. Look at the way his body is. Okay, his body shape, his body posture, his face. They're Baragon. You know, all you have to do is put a horn on his nose and give him those ear frills. And maybe there's something about the hollow earth that is not allowing certain kaiju to develop to their full potential. Something that's kind of a limiting effect, sort of. But imagine if some of these kaiju were to leave the hollow earth. What then? What then? Pollution and everything that mankind has done to the planet would accelerate these effects and create all sorts of God knows what. So, I mean, oh, God forbid an Ozuki gets out. A warbat? Good Lord, man. That would be horrendous. So anyway, I cannot see them using Doug as anything but possibly Baragon or Gorosaurus. Minira, using it as Minira or using it as a son of Godzilla in any way defeats the purpose of the lore that they've already established. They've already established that, one, Godzilla and Kong are the last of their species. That's it. Finito. Once they're gone. Now, this does not leave room for any kind of like egg hatching and a baby Godzilla popping out. That falls within the realm of kind of the Showa cutie, cutesy, vibe that they had in the 60s and 70s, and it doesn't work today. I understand people are going to come up with all sorts of speculation. People are going to come up with all sorts of fanfic and everything like that, but it just doesn't wash. When you think about what Legendary's already done and the universe they're trying to establish, it doesn't work. And to do something like that would just be a train wreck. It would wreck the entire series. People would just really want to stop going to see Godzilla if it wasn't played as serious as MonsterVerse Godzilla. So, I think, right, for Legendary, it would lose money for them. It would be catastrophic, to say the least, and could possibly threaten to endanger the fan base in the same way that we've seen with the unholy dumpster fires that are DC, EU, and Star Wars. And now, I mean, even Star Trek fandom is taking a nosedive. But anyway, all that aside, I think that they have to be really careful at this point. Legendary has to be really careful with what they do. I think Toho's playing a waiting game. They're seeing if this franchise, this MonsterVerse franchise, can stand on its own without Godzilla. They're basically saying, okay, we're going to take Godzilla back. But honestly, we don't know if we are going to let you have the rights back, because we're doing our own thing right now. We'll just see what happens with future MonsterVerse films and whether or not it is possible for us to return Godzilla. If these movies can still make money, we'll give you the rights to Godzilla. If not, then you're on your own. So, I mean, there's a number of things it could be. That's just me just shooting right up off the top of my head what it could be. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but anyway. Now, do I think Godzilla SP is going to hurt MonsterVerse? No, I don't think so. I think that both are mutually exclusive of each other. They are totally different. Tohoverse and Legendary's MonsterVerse are two separate entities. We definitely know this to be true. Now, there are some similarities between MonsterVerse and what has gone before in Toho's Kaiju universe. Specifically, more so during Heisei Gojira. So, a lot of it was taken from MonsterVerse. A lot of the references we're seeing in these MonsterVerse films are coming from like just references from things that we saw and remember from Showa. Not that many, but things that we remember from Showa, things that we remember from Heisei. So, what they're doing now with Gojira in Japan is totally amazing. But it's totally separate from what Legendary's doing. And that's the way it needs to be. But another thing I was thinking that they could add to the MonsterVerse to help it maintain that kaiju legitimacy. And it would be difficult for them to do because the rights to this creature, it's not a Toho monster, but it still is very popular in its own right. The monster Gamera, everybody's favorite fire-breathing mutant ninja turtle, was created by Dai, and Dai is no more, actually. So the rights, I believe, JP Bros out there, correct me if I'm wrong, but the rights to Gamera, I believe, are being held by Kadokawa right now. Either Kadokawa or what is that other? I've been watching too much Heisei Gamera now, so. And there was still like a whole bunch of different companies in the credits that listed besides Dai. So they could figure out who owns the rights to Gamera. They could possibly put Gamera into the MonsterVerse. Now, as for battles of Gojira versus Gamera, I believe that Gojira is too powerful right at this point and would probably end up stomping Gamera flat. The best hope for that would be to have maybe Gamera and Kong working together in the Hollow Earth to, maintain some sort of order. And then for a film like with Gamera, like some Gauss break free of the Hollow Earth and start wreaking havoc on the surface. So it's up to Gamera to go up to the surface and kill all these Gauss before they can kill humans. So the thing with that, you would have to really eliminate Gamera is friend to all children. Like in the old days with the really bad Gamera dubs, Gamera is friend to all children. The thing is, you cannot have a Kenny. There is no Kenny anymore. And Gamera, I think all these creatures were worshipped at one point by ancient civilizations, and I think Gamera would be no different. So you might have the little the little comma-shaped things, the little pendant things. You might have some people finding those, but you wouldn't have like a teenager or like some little kid linking up with Gamera psionically, as was in the film. It's in Gamera Guardian of the Universe. You would not have that. I don't think that would work. For obvious reasons, it's too kind of cheesy anymore. But the last thing that I wanted to talk about today, here at Worldwide Goji Kai, we're not we're not a very big operation yet, but we're getting there. And so even if you're not actually on the rolls, if you're not actually on some sort of membership list, don't worry about it. If you're a Godzilla fan or a kaiju fan or tokusatsu fan or anime fan, you have a home here at Worldwide Goji Kai. You're already a member. You just didn't know it. Ha ha. Now, there are no dues, so chill out. I'm not going to sell you any merch. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't presume to do that. So I wanted to go ahead and give an official welcome. And this is an overdue welcome to somebody that I've followed on YouTube for quite a while. She's proven herself to be quite the enthusiast when it comes to Gojira. And that is Altiori. So welcome, Altiori. Welcome to the fandom. Welcome to the Worldwide Goji Kai, and we're glad that you're here. And if anybody out there thinks that they can mess with her now, well, let me put it to you this way. We watch each other's backs. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And don't think for 1 second that we can't beat the shit out of you. Verbally, of course. Verbally. Wouldn't want any of our members to get in any legal trouble. That would be bad. Yeah. So, Altiori, welcome. We're glad to have you. Now, I've been having internet difficulties for probably the last week or so. You guys have noticed that I haven't been on Twitter very much, just sporadically here and there. It's not that I'm not ignoring any of you. You guys are cool and everything. But I have been trying to figure out a way that I can get at least a decent setup here, internet-wise, in my studio for streaming. Or if we're actually, doing what I do, just pre-recording these and then uploading them to YouTube, which takes a while. So right now what I'm having to do is pre-record, and then I save my work to my phone. I'm having to take my phone all the way to the Wi-Fi spot down the street, hook up to it, and then sit there looking like a dumbass while I upload this to YouTube. So it's kind of a weird thing, but it works, I guess, until I can get things sorted. So you guys were warned. quality may vary. So, I want to thank you guys for listening in for episode 2. That's right, worldwide Goji Kai. We might be lo-fi, but hey, we give it our best. And that'll do it. So I will see you guys here for either the next rant or episode 3, whichever comes first. See you guys later.